A lot of people are asking if we were going to talk about Trisha and Joe Rogan.
Oh,
topic.
sure. Yeah, that's a good talk. That's fun.
Okay.
No, why not? Here, send me that clip so we can start with that. I'm not going to lie. I watched the clip of Joe Rogan before Trisha even made a response, and I didn't actually think anything of it because the one girl was really nice. She was like obviously a big fan of Trisha and was saying really nice
Ali
things.
Makovsky.
Ali Makovsky. She seems cool. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah,
but
she's
she was
cool.
really
She's a comedian, and
You're familiar with her work?
yeah, I mean a little bit, but we follow each other on Instagram, and
You do?
we've exchanged DMs.
Really?
Yeah.
You're so cool. I didn't know that. You had like a whole secret social life with all these cool comedians.
I told you about it, I'm pretty sure.
So anyway, here's the clip. Of course, Trisha made an 8-minute long response video. I'm not.
8 is restrained for Trisha. That's really not that
But
bad.
if you see how little she's working with, then maybe you'll be impressed.
I feel like she's done a lot more with a lot less, to be honest.
You think so? Let's watch.
I subscribe to an OnlyFans.
Do you?
I do.
Is it a boy?
No, it's a lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does she show?
Oh, she shows everything.
Nice quality. What's with the quality? This is HD, huh? Okay.
She's a savage. Her name's Trisha Paytas.
Oh, no.
What does she do in her OnlyFans? Do you know where she is? Do you know who she is, Jamie?
Jamie's like, oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, I do.
Do you follow her too?
I don't follow her.
Why
but I follow the
unfortunately,
internet,
Jamie?
So I know who this person is.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
She's an internet sleuth. She's
A sleuth?
Yeah, right. That's the right
the
word.
right word for her.
What's a sleuth? What's a
Sleuth
sleuth?
is a detective.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's not a sleuth.
She kind of is, though. She knows
She's an
everything
internet
about everyone.
She is sleuthy, but I don't think that's what she meant.
Yeah.
Sloth, I meant to say. I know.
That's a sloth.
I'm grateful to be here.
What do you mean a sloth
No,
is
I
like
don't-
a lazy person?
I know. Well, no, she's
She's an internet
she's just
icon,
on-
damn it.
Right.
She's just an internet legend.
Oh. I just Googled her, and first result was her Instagram, and she... oh, wait, this is the podcast account. I was about to say she follows me, but she follows the podcast. Follow back.
Oh, my goodness.
She's a fan.
Show.
She's a fan. She could be watching right now.
Well, she's clearly a fan of Trisha's, so she probably watches Friend Me. Hopefully, shout out Allie.
on the internet. She's an internet
person like you and me.
Oh, I
on the
love
internet.
her. And
We're
she
both
has
on the internet.
She's
Yeah,
more
we are.
internet than you, Joe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
No, definitely more.
Yeah. You're not even an internet person. You're a Spotify person. Joe's getting a lot of flack from his fans for the Spotify thing.
He's getting from all sides.
Can I be real? If I was as rich as Joe, I don't think I would take that deal. What does he need another $100 million for? The guy was probably already worth $50 million, at least.
That's double all that he's worth.
Right, okay, fair enough. But like he was raking in like $1 million per episode.
I disagree with you.
I heard from inside sources that he made closer to like $300 million.
Okay.
Off the deal?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's not speculate.
Well, I don't know for sure. It's interesting to talk about. Whoa. Joe Rogan, don't.
No, it just seems stupid to say that he shouldn't have taken the deal. It's a great deal. There's a million
It's
other
$100
things
million.
to criticize
It's
him
hard
for.
to, yeah, that's hard to
I
say
don't
no
think
to.
if I had the money and I was in the position he was in, I don't think I would have taken the deal, unless I was
Maybe.
like trying to retire or something. But I feel like he's gonna. I feel like everybody knew that the show was gonna be rough for the show.
Well, he really pitched it as nothing was going to change, and
Now they've erased like 42 episodes because,
right. So, yeah,
which is ironic because they were apparently on YouTube and they weren't even removed from YouTube. And Spotify apparently is even more strict on what you can say on the.
well,
podcast
evidently
than
there was
YouTube
like
is.
a minor rebellion within the employees at Spotify. A lot of them don't
like
like
the
Joe
Alex
Rogan
Jones
and
one.
were
apparently.
unhappy about it.
They're like, you can't have this shit up on our platform.
All right.
Good.
Right, which is good. I mean, it's good that they. I certainly, I agree that platforming someone like Alex Jones is dangerous. That being said, I'm not going to say it wasn't entertaining. I'm sure it was really entertaining, but the guy's a fucking dangerous lunatic. That being said, it was on YouTube safely, but anyway, whatever.
So what is the difference between her and I?
She's on she's on OnlyFans, she's on YouTube, she's everywhere. But her
Joe Rogan asked, "What's the difference between me and Trisha Paytas?" Where do I begin? Literally, let's start with the toes.
How much
Work
time
our
you
head
got?
up to the head.
Yeah.
What's the
What the
difference between
fuck?
me and Trisha Paytas?
her OnlyFans is fun because she just moved into this beautiful house like in the hills somewhere.
And she just shows her pussy.
She did a house
Here's
tour.
my pussy in the bathroom.
She did a house tour naked, so you're getting like this beautiful real estate. You're
Daddy.
like, oh, nice cabinetry.
What does this gal look like? Jamie's shaking
Jamie
his
doesn't
head.
want to pull her up.
You don't want to? We
He
show
knows.
me and not everybody
She's like,
else.
dude. She's like, bro. If you just, I kind of took that same characteristic. I kind of like it. When you, it's like if
What?
you mention Trisha's name, she's gonna show up like the ghost of Christmas past. Like you know she's gonna show up. Because that's
Maybe
what
that's why she
happened when
loves
I
people.
first started talking about her. When I made the Instagram reality, everyone's like, Trisha's gonna fucking
Yeah.
lose it when she's. I was
Well,
like, who is Trisha?
we
What is
didn't
going
even
on?
know.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was stepping into. So so I have a little bit of let's say I can't really criticize Joe because I said way worse about her the first time I saw her. You know what I mean?
Wow. Thank
And
you.
I think that's we were in the wrong back then.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I was in the wrong, for sure, definitely. Because now I see
'Cause
Joe and I go, oh, that's
especially-
kind of piggish, like what
Yeah,
he says about her, and I
yeah.
agree. But like looking back,
and especially in our case, the whole video about Instagram versus reality was about like putting a fake version of yourself out there, but
Which she doesn't
like
do.
you couldn't be more real than she is.
I agree.
What you see is
She
what you
was
get.
specifically the one I got wrong there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how and what an impact that's had on my life.
You said her name. Fucking keep me in the dark here, buddy.
You're right.
Because she knows she's Baltimore, bro. You can't say that shit. You can't just bring up Trisha Paytas.
Oh, okay.
That's
She's gone through
That's her?
so many
Wait a
different
minute. That's
phases.
the same person?
yeah. That's fine.
What the hell?
She's a new person every week. She's very entertaining. A lot of
Okay.
people hate her. A
So-
lot of people love her, myself.
I would
included.
imagine if you're that kind of person, click on the one of her in her bikini and see how she would look naked.
That's gross. Click on the one in her bikini. I want to see
Yeah.
how she looks naked. Okay, Joe. You're built like a troll. You remember the trolls with the big ass hair? Joe's built like a troll.
He is pretty stocky, isn't he? It's so
Right down there.
he doesn't because he looks totally normal on the podcast.
No,
Well,
when I
whenever
because
see
you
him,
only see like
when I see him stalking around, I just laugh.
He really d-
I wonder if he has a jewel on his belly button.
what?
Oh, the trolls had
Yeah,
that.
the
It took me a
trolls.
second.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
On the bottom. On the bottom. There you go. Yeah, you can keep that.
I will.
You can keep that? Well, nobody's rushing to fuck you either, Joe. That's all he said, though. He just said, yeah, you can keep that.
But it was
A little piggish. I've said
Yeah.
worse, though.
Definitely not as bad as some of the things you said.
I've
about
said
her,
much
for sure.
worse about her,
That
so I
is
can't
Fair statement.
I can't really say anything, you know. I feel like I've actually
It makes me feel bad for her because now I see that like you did it, he does it. It's like she probably gets it from all the places.
dude, I feel like I've matured so much since the times when I would say that shit about her or anyone. I don't think I would say that about anyone now because it's gross. I don't know, just
Yeah, it's just gross.
It's just not polite, gross.
I love what she said back to him. She said, "Eat a carb, babe."
Oh yeah, Joe Rogan hasn't eaten a carb in 10 years. He pissed on one of those keto sticks and it just disintegrated. No, but for real, he pissed on it and it was like jet black.
Yeah, you can keep that.
I will. Yeah.
So she's one of them extroverted people that gets a lot of attention.
For
and
sure.
wants a lot of attention. So
Yes.
she's probably a good person to follow because she's constantly putting out content.
Yeah, and her OnlyFans too. It's like, how do you have time for everything? Like, her OnlyFans is always updated, doing all these new things. She's making YouTube videos, podcasts, like everything.
Does anyone follow her OnlyFans on the crew?
No.
No. I didn't know that was something like like I thought obviously it's like pornography, but I didn't know like fans followed it for content. Kind of interesting.
So her whole day is just pumping out content.
Yeah.
And you're there slack jawed eating hot Cheetos.
In
Paying
bed.
attention to her. What is that?
Part of what you're saying.
The dumpster fire that is Trisha Paytas.
She just puts out all the content, getting attention for
Yes.
sometimes wrong reasons.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why you winced.
Yes.
I get it. And you know what's amazing to me? I had no idea she was a person. You know what I mean? Like, probably huge. Probably has millions of followers on everything.
Yeah, that's the same reaction too. I never heard of her until I talked about her. But anyway, she made a whole she made like a whole video about it. I don't blame her. I'd be like, fuck. You know, Dave Porkboy mentioned me in passing, and I talked about him for an hour. Yeah. It's just fun. I like that whole Trisha thing. It's like, bitch, don't say my name. Let's fucking go. Trisha Paytas. Joe Rogan. I would have done the same thing.
Dear Joe Rogan podcast.
She made like a whole. She's peeling and shit. She got like mega sunburn, man.
Oh.
Thank you for providing me with some video.
Was that like a procedure that she did or whatever?
No, she got sunburn.
Oh, she just actually got sunburn.
Content today. I woke up to an onslaught of tweets saying that I was mentioned by the Joe Rogan. Oh my God. Joe Rogan, #1 podcast downloaded on, I don't even know if that's even true anymore. I couldn't find him on YouTube. Apparently he's only on Spotify. I don't know. Look, you don't know me. I don't really know that much about you now. I mean, you were really popping on Fear Factor when I was a kid. Other than that, like, I don't know that much either. I could gather a little bit. I could do a little bit of research from the tweets that were coming my way from your followers and then people who just dislike you. Which, hey, a lot of people dislike me too, so I'm not going to judge you on that. Here is...
Trisha's something else, man. I gotta go back and watch the first video she made about me in response to the Instagram reality one. I was just so entertained when she responded because I don't know, Joe's probably just not interested, but I was so interested when she first responded because she's just so entertaining. I was like, oh my God. The first podcast we did together was just like magic. It was like lightning because she's just such a character.
And I'm not going to go for the low blows. A lot of people called you an egg or a sperm on steroids. I don't go for low blows. Because of 50-year-old men like you who constantly tell me how disgusting and repulsive I am, I have what you may call low insecurity. And you may say, okay, but you have an OnlyFans, like it's fair game. And yeah, if you want to pay me $5, have at it.
Anyway,
but the fact
it's 8 minutes, so I don't know if I should skip to a specific part.
But honestly,
I don't know.
I look at that, I'm just like, oh, he has no intellect whatsoever. He can't come up with a wittier quip or even just, you know, if I'm not your type, you really don't have to just say anything. You have a guest on that's saying she appreciates my work and my content and the hard work that I put out. Once again, shout out Allie for acknowledging that, because I do be making updated content on my OnlyFans.
Yeah. She's a hustler. We all know that.
I'm with Trisha on this one.
I'm with her too, but I did that. So we're learning and growing here on the H3 podcast, becoming better people, evolving.
Right.
You know? She did egg me on a little bit because she'd be like, oh, I want to fuck you. And I'd be like, I'm not attracted to you. She'd be like, I don't believe you. These were the kind of conversations. But you know what? No excuses.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know. Joe kind of...
I have a lot of problems with Joe.
Dude, yeah, me too.
Not for me.
First of all, he spent his whole career selling literal fucking snake oil. Like, how can people look past the fact that he shills Alpha Brain, which is literal snake oil? Like, how can people, first of all, just on the face value, you can't. The guy has his whole career based on, like, just having real conversation and just real facts and all that. But his whole, like, his biggest brand, Apparently, I've even heard that he's like a co-owner. He might be because I always see him wearing like On It shirts and everything. He sells Alpha Brain, which is literally just snake oil.
He believes in it.
That's the least of my problems with it.
Well, you're gonna start just like on a foundational level. You start there. It's
For
like-
you, I guess. I don't know.
It does bother me. What's your biggest problem with Joe Rogan?
I don't like this.
Alpha male.
I don't like the alpha male,
Yeah, I hate that shit.
the boys club that he created about alpha male and eating meat.
Dude, he's obviously super
We're all about
insecure
meat.
about being super short, and so he
And
created
it's
this whole
like-
alpha male.
I got all these muscles and I don't need the vaccine.
Oh,
I just don't like the vibe. It's not for me. Not my cup of tea.
he kind of embodies toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate it. I hate people who talk about alpha male. It's like so gross to me. Couldn't be any less
That's
attractive.
the biggest red flag for any
I'll
guy.
take a beta any day.
If they mention no. What you need is an omega male, right? That's the
No,
new
no,
male.
it was Sigma.
Oh, sigma male.
Sigma
you need
male.
You need a sigma ball or sigma. Yeah, you need a sigma male. Yeah. You don't want a beta. Sigma's a beta plus.
It's a gross vibe.
Yeah, he's gotten really political recently and like anti-vax. He goes, why do I need a vaccine? I'm healthy. We talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you can't walk around and pretend like to have these engaged intellectual conversations and say something so dumb and dangerous.
And you can't pretend like you don't have a huge influence at this point. Like, you do. So when you say something like that, you're actually influencing
Well,
millions.
I hear that take all the time now, which I think is like the Joe Rogan take, where like guys go, "I'm fit, I'm healthy, I don't need the vaccine." It's like, well,
I
you
think
do.
it's-
You do need the vaccine.
Yeah, a lot of his listeners will probably say that.
Everybody needs the vaccine. A shout out to all the patriots getting vaccinated.
I don't know what's so hard to understand. We do it for each other. The more people get the vaccine, the easier we can get out of the situation. What is so hard to understand?
Yeah, and he got ripped up
Really
by
don't
Bill
get
Burr
it.
when he said that he doesn't wearing a mask makes you look like a pussy.
Yeah.
He tried to say he's joking, but come on, shut the fuck up. You believe that. Don't even try to act like you don't believe that. Wearing masks makes you look like a pussy who actually cares about people around you. So this is the whole thing, you know. I mean, the guy thought the moon landing was fake for like 5 years. I mean, guys, were you just going to look past that?
I wasn't listening to his stuff. I wasn't aware of his stuff back then. So all I can talk about is like what I've seen in the last few years.
Yeah.
And I just don't like it at all.
Any of you guys fans? Am I missing something here? I don't want to speak out of turn. Maybe we got some Joe Rogan fans in the audience or among us that can speak on his behalf.
Sticking up for Joe? I don't know. I mean, I used to watch his podcast occasionally if he had an interesting guest or whatever. That was the main thing is, you know, he did have a lot of interesting guests. And I think you do have to credit that he's a pretty good interviewer. I actually think, you know, his interview skills are pretty good. When he's good at getting people to talk in long form. And
I mean, there's a reason he's like the most
Right.
successful podcast.
yeah, I mean, I was never. I wouldn't really ever say that I was a fan, but I appreciated some positive aspects of his podcast, and certainly, I mean, being a podcast producer, I felt somewhat obligated to watch what, you know, is probably and arguably the most popular one out there.
Pretty simple though, technically.
Oh well, sure, on that
Compared to
level.
ours.
But yeah, I mean, just you know, there are positive. There's reasons it's big. You know what I mean? It's not a total shit show. Now that said, I feel like his whole move to Austin has been a disaster. Their new studio sucked. They finally got rid of it. You saw it in that clip. The
They
newer
got rid
studio.
of it?
They got rid of like
Yeah, they got rid of
the
it.
Yeah, I
submarine
hated
thing.
that
Yeah, it
so
looked like
much.
shit. And yeah, you know, the reason most podcasts and interview shows are based in New York and LA is because those are hubs. Those are where you can get interesting people. And ever since he's moved to Texas, half of his guests are conservative politicians and ex-Navy SEALs
that's
and shit.
why.
Like that's all he does nowadays.
That's why all of his guests are like weird, fucking conservative people.
Because if somebody's doing press, I mean, they can either go to LA and do and do a whole circuit and do a bunch of shows, hit Mark Maron's show or whatever, or they can spend all day flying back and forth to Austin. And like, which one are they going to do?
Well,
and so I really think he hamstrung himself.
That's another thing.
By doing that.
He moved to Texas to dodge taxes on his huge Spotify deal, and his show's going to suffer because he's just not going to get the same quality, I guess.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, he will occasionally, certainly. I mean, sometimes people go out there, but yeah, there's an advantage to being in a big metropolitan area that's a hub of entertainment, and lots of people come through here.
You see a lot of these big mega celebrities that were on Joe Rogan's podcast, like right before his move to Spotify. It's easy. It's accessible. They're in LA. They're doing press. You know what I mean? That's a good point. Nobody's flying out to Texas to do your podcast, bro. Even if you're Joe Rogan. I mean, some people will, but like Robert Downey Jr. and all these huge celebrities that were on there,
right?
They're doing press. You know, they're not trying to go have a fucking vacation at Joe Rogan's house and do like DMT and the deprivation tank.
Yeah.
Love says he's watched every episode. What's your opinion?
Every episode?
Yeah.
Really?
For real?
That's what he says. Go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't like I kind of skip over the politics, to be honest. I really dislike American politics.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you?
Yeah, it has
subject yourself to that.
But what am I missing something? Does something I'm saying? Am I talking out of school here?
No, I mean he says pretty stupid stuff occasionally, and
so do I.
I'm not going to defend that.
Probably more often than him.
Exactly. That's my kind of thought process. I don't agree with everything he says, but it's entertaining most of the time. So
there you go.
And he's kind of a sponge. He kind of just, and that's honestly part of what makes him a good interviewer. Which doesn't, it's not necessarily a good quality in a person to be a chameleon and adapt to whoever it is you happen to be speaking at the time. But it's not the worst quality to have as an interviewer because it can get people to really open up and everything. And yeah, I mean, I just don't think he's even really that confident in any of the things. Like maybe he sounds like it sometimes, but I don't think he really feels that confident in any of his beliefs. I mean, well, it was like last year that he was saying he was going to vote for Bernie in the election, right?
Yeah, now he's against stimulus.
Right, and now he's like hardcore conservative.
No,
but afterwards,
he just kind of goes with the wind.
After Bernie didn't make it, he said he would vote for Trump.
Yeah,
I think so. Right,
which is like literally doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, that's all the proof that you need that he doesn't really have a deep understanding about these topics.
If I can say the bottom line, he's no Howard and he's for sure no Ethan Klein.
This fucking guy.
We love Zach, don't we, folks? Zach's the best, man.
Yeah,
there's no one better.
If I have to say, I've seen a few of his interviews, but his other ones are okay. But he did a really good one with David Lee Roth.
Your man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm really jealous of his ability to interview people because like he'll sit with 3 people in a week. And apparently, because he's really busy, so I'm assuming he's doing minimal preparation for these interviews and has really engaging conversations. I think his ability to like just be open-minded is really good because I find myself when I'm interviewing people like that very cynical kind of and not
you're somebody who's very opinionated and you have strong beliefs, and sometimes that turns into which I don't have a problem with. Some people, find it uncomfortable when an interview becomes somewhat confrontational or whatever.
Well, it's not good because in the sense that when you are sympathetic, people are more open and less guarded.
Right, and that's why I was saying like it's not being a social chameleon isn't necessarily a positive personality trait, but it can be an asset in being an interviewer, and I think it does actually serve Joe Rogan pretty well in a lot of cases.
Well, right.
For those reasons that you're saying. Yeah.
Regardless, we stand Trisha, and we are going to now tank Joe Rogan's WikiFeet score. Joe Rogan, WikiFeet, man.
Are we?
The foot fairies are. Foot fairies. Oh, the foot fairies have already been here. Holy shit, you guys. You guys already fucking burned Joe Rogan?
I haven't seen anyone mention it, so I don't think so.
You don't think that had anything to do with us? Look at his 1-star ratings.
I haven't seen anyone mention
you
WikiFeet.
Guys, dude, Foot Fairies tanked his wiki. He has 183 1-star.
That does look brigade. Well, let's hold on. Look at his feet. I mean, maybe he's legitimately a 1.
Nah, I guarantee you in the past week, dude, this is unnatural behavior.
That's definitely. Yeah,
Come on.
That's true. Shoe size 4.
The foot. I love that they always shrink people's feet to the smallest possible. Let's take
I
a
want
look.
to smell feet.
There's a lot good to say about him. I guess maybe I'm being overcritical, but I'm supporting Trisha here. Whoa, Jesus, chill, dude. Chill, bruh.
I think it's honestly just not my cup of tea.
I liked him on Fear Factor a lot.
I love Fear Factor.
I loved him on Fear
I
Factor.
actually-
Fear Factor.
I'm not about those kind of shows. That was way too. The eating, like having to eat cockroaches and shit. It's just,
Love
I hate
Fear
it.
Factor.
Here
Fuck
we go.
you,
Here's a
Dan.
nice feet shot. Anyway.
It's just such a timepiece. Like, go and watch it today.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
People look
2002
different.
culture summed up.
People used to look different back then.
Yeah,
I gave him 1 star. Sorry.
brutal.
Just my opinion. I can't get over this whole moving to Texas. Not that there's anything wrong with Texas. My God, I'm sure it's a beautiful state. I've never been there myself. But like all these people rushing to Texas to avoid paying taxes.
A combination of that and the problems here in California, which are numerous and real. It's just
True.
I think it's
Texas
people,
has problems
I think it's
too,
people
you know?
avoiding taxes. To be honest with you.
well, I'd agree that that's
hot in Texas.
high on the list, if not at the top of the list. But
Just
but
can't
it's
imagine-
it's all kind of tied together, right? Because you pay pretty high state taxes here in California, and if people feel like the state is a mess, it's like, why am I paying such high taxes for this? I kind of get it.
I think
And
my
I'm a
I think
California
my
boy
bar
through
is
and through.
low coming from Israel. It's like, to me, this is like, it couldn't get better. I don't know. I wouldn't move anywhere from here.
I mean, my only
I don't see how could it be. Like, of course, there's a million problems, but go live somewhere else. It's a shit show everywhere. I mean,
that's true. It's a shit show everywhere.
this is pretty perfect. Like,
You know, like California spends money on, like we learned recently, because one of our employees is going on maternity leave or paternity leave, is that California as a state pays employees to go on maternity or paternity leave. California guarantees, what was it?
up to 8 weeks.
8 weeks for the mom or the dad.
I don't know about the mom. We're talking
And
about the dad.
California, the state, pays for that. So it's like we're doing things as a state that the fucking federal government should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't know about like statewide issues, but LA, my only real problem with LA is like the homelessness.
Yeah, it's spiraling
The
completely out of
issue
control.
is that all the homeless people in the whole fucking country are coming to LA. It's like there's no way that a city can deal with the whole country's worth of homeless people. It's like the federal government needs to help care for the whole amount of people. How can LA be charged with helping, you know, the hordes of homeless people in the whole of the America? It's like, it's crazy because LA offers services that the federal government doesn't offer. LA is a nicer place to be if you're homeless because of the weather and because the city actually has homeless services. So we pay for that because somebody's got to fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? So it's like California and LA. I mean, San Francisco has similar homeless problems, as I understand it.
Yeah, it's very
It's
bad in
footing the
San
bill
Francisco.
for the whole fucking country's homelessness.
Yeah, I mean, famously, a lot of other major cities will round up their homeless, put them on buses, and literally just drive them to Skid Row, downtown LA, and drop them off. And so, I mean, you know,
So isn't that
is
nice
is
for
that
them?
California's
Yeah.
fault that other states are doing that? You know, not necessarily.
We don't, yeah.
It's
so
complicated,
it's like,
though.
you know, it's expensive to fucking house people and feed people. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the problem is. The issue is, I think California, unfortunately, also is home to these big, beautiful forests that are drying the fuck out because of global climate change. And now we have all these fires and shit. It's like, you know, this is all really expensive shit to deal with. But I love California. I love the state of California.
It's got a lot of good
Me
things
too.
about it too. It's like any place. There's pros and cons.
Well, I mean, James Charles lives here. That's a con.
True.
That's one reason to move to Texas.
But we live
Well,
here.
he
That's a
preys
big
on
pro.
people
Globally.
no matter the location.
Yeah.
If you're on the internet, you're at risk.
Predators without borders.
This is a little spooked magooked.
But you know, it's like you've lived here. I don't know if this is a valid argument, but it's like Joe Rogan has lived in LA and benefited from it his whole life and career. Not his whole life, but his whole career, right? The comedy shows, the culture, the production. It's like he doesn't want to help make the city or state better. He just wants to fucking tail out of here, pay no taxes. It's like, I mean,
I guess that's his right.
Sure, it's his right.
I do find it ironic, though, that
it's just weird to like leave, shit talk the whole fucking state, the whole city. But like, let's be real about the issues here. It's not just incompetence. So I'm sure incompetence is the root of most has a contributing factor in most problems. But like, we're dealing with big, complicated issues here that somebody somewhere is going to have to deal with.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he just moved to Texas and didn't. Like, they just had that cold snap where a bunch of people died because their entire power grid failed. You know, it's every place has its problems. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying Joe moved to LA in 1994.
1994, that guy's been living here, benefiting from the fucking city and state.
Hey man, if it wasn't for like the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, he wouldn't have a career. So, you know,
I can't speak to that. I don't know about his involvement with that place, but. You know, it's like everyone just wants to shit on it and bounce. It's like, dude, we're all in the trenches here, and you know, it's easy for you to say. Over in fucking Yeehaw, Texas. No offense. How does Texas pay for shit? They don't have a state tax. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? How do they not?
It's a petro state.
It's a petrol state, or they just have a bunch of gas money.
All kinds of. I mean, yeah, it's an energy.
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet for the people who live there. Although I've heard like the property tax is way higher in places like that too.
Yeah, like anything, it's all trade-offs. They'll get you somehow. I think overall it is much lower there though. But yeah, their services, in part they're able to afford it because there's a lot of oil and gas in Texas. But then also in part they don't offer as many public services. They just don't. You're more on your own there.
I mean, if you're homeless, where are you going to stay? In LA, where it's warm and they actually fucking like try to take care of you, or some fucked up city where you're probably going to freeze to death. There's no services. It's freezing cold. Obviously, you can come to LA. This is a USA issue, not a fucking LA is a shithole issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the federal government should be kicking down some money to LA to fucking house and feed these people. In my opinion.
They do. They do.
Not enough.
There was a big controversy recently because in the big, I forget if it was the CARES Act or one of the other ones, but the federal government in one of the stimulus things gave a bunch of money for, I think it's called Project Room Key, where they were offering to pay for hotels that were all currently empty because nobody was staying in hotels during the pandemic to house homeless people in the meantime. And yeah, one of the big criticisms of the city government here in LA is they just weren't taking advantage of it. They just weren't doing it. Because I think largely the hotels weren't really down for the idea.
Oh.
And
the
tourism or like the hospitality industry is very powerful here in Los Angeles.
Look, we need to build a fucking massive, affordable, cheap housing solutions. It's not rocket science.